Coming up, a conversation with our current director of choral music.
Then we head to the lunchroom to hear the thoughts of some FHS students.
Finally, we take a look back at the persistence of students and staff this year. I'm Will Sari.
And I'm Josie Blease. Stay tuned. This is FHS News. Welcome back to the Cardinal Nest. If you want to be a part of a production like this one, make sure to sign up for broadcast journalism or AV production next fall.
There are so many great teachers here at Fairmont High School. In our teacher spotlight, we're highlighting FHS Director of Choral Music, Molly Blease.
So really briefly, I graduated from Wartburg College in 1996 and started teaching that fall. So I've been teaching for 25 years, but it's been a variety of teaching experiences within music education. But that's all I've ever done is music education. It's all I ever wanted to do, and definitely choral music. So, because I love words and I love music, and so I put them together. I taught at the elementary here for years and have only been at the high school for how long? Maybe 7 or 8 years. I love being relevant in what we do in our classroom, and we're all about feelings and what is happening in our lives, like right now, today, and how we can express that through our content area. I love that we feel like we can laugh really hard or cry for an hour together. Like, I just love that that choral music allows you a safe space to be human, and nobody like passes any judgment for you on that. Like, we're just one big family for real. It sounds so cliche and silly, but it is true. It's a good safe space. That's what I love about what I do. Always wanted to be a teacher. Like, I had the most well-educated stuffed animal population in the state of Iowa growing up. Like, they were always being taught lots of fun things by me. So yeah, just always teaching was something I wanted to do. I think it's super important to educate about like the function and physiology of the voice itself. We do 3 major concerts a year in December, March, and May. And then there's always like special events like singing for Veterans Day Lyceum, or if someone in the community has an event happening and they just need a small group to come sing. I hope that they feel like they had a place to express themselves in a place where they felt like this was safe, and I felt like I belonged to something bigger than me. I wish that, as a whole, our culture in our building was overall more accepting of our diversity. I think that that's a tough thing for us, and I think we're working on it, but I wish you didn't have to go to like a certain teacher or a certain classroom and feel like this is where I belong. I wish the whole building felt like that for everybody. That's a huge undertaking, but I think it's worth doing.
Mrs. Blease, thank you for providing our students with a place to express themselves freely here at Fairmont High School.
And now we move from the teacher spotlight to conversations during lunch. This next segment is called the Cardinal Corner. We went out to the junior-senior high community to hear their thoughts and perspectives. Let's take a look.
All right, this is me, and this is Noah Vetter. Can you name 5 countries outside of the United States?
Well, Canada, Australia, Africa, Britain, and Australia.
What's a country?
Wakanda, Africa, Russia, you know.
All the classics.
Minnesota, man, Minnesota.
Yeah, for sure. A country, yeah.
Yeah, a country.
Like the U.S. is a country.
Europe.
Asia, Europe, which I'm pretty sure are the same.
Africa? That's a country. Wait, no, that's a continent.
The UK, Pakistan, India, Fiji, and Japan.
What could you get behind, Tabitha?
Cereal being a salad and milk is the dressing.
Cereal is its own category. It's meant for milk, but obviously you put the cereal in first and then add the milk, not the other way around.
That's interesting. That's an interesting thought.
Kind of a soup, if you really think about it, and therefore salad would be a soup.
Soup and salad, are they the same?
They're pretty much the same.
If you put the cereal in first, how can you ensure you don't splash yourself with milk?
Well, I think any good cereal mind would know that if you tilt the bowl slightly to the side and then put in the milk, you can avoid that splashing hazard that you're worrying about. But also, you have to have good pace on the milk pour. I mean, if you have too big of a jug that's too full, you just got to make sure that maybe you tier in the entry of your cereal. Maybe go a half bowl first, add some milk, and then add another half bowl.
That's fascinating. I've never thought about that. I'll have to change my cereal habits.
Do you think that a hot dog is a sandwich?
I think hot dogs are kind of gross, honestly. But they are sandwiches. But they are sandwiches. But they are sandwiches. No.
Why not?
Because it's a hot dog.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Well, absolutely not. A hot dog is not a sandwich. I think the sandwich family would be extremely offended by that.
No. Hot dogs are gross and shouldn't be classified as food.
It could be a taco.
No, I don't think they're a sandwich or a taco.
When I think of a sandwich, I think of different types of meats that go along with it. I don't consider a hot dog one different type of meat. It's kind of its own little concoction. So to consider it a sandwich because it's on a bun, I think that's a little bit of a stretch.
What do you think they are?
Something, I don't know, like a burrito.
Who is Amelia Earhart?
An airplane driver.
I think that's the best way you could have worded it. Hey, I'm not charismatic, I'm funny. How do you afford the tuition?
Well, I do a hard-working job, and my mom usually pays for it, so I think that's about it.
Your country, yeah.
All right, cool. Anything else you want to say to the people out there, Kevin?
No, I love you, Parker, and to all my homies, all the Hispanics, come to Fairmont.
Yeah, all right, thanks, Kevin. Sign a thing quick for me. Kevin. All right. I don't think we can do it anymore. Lunch is over.
No. Do you do your own taxes?
No. I make my parents do them. I'm not really a big fan of numbers and letters.
It's cool. Dion's a good guy. Dion, if you're watching this, shout out. Shout out to you.
I have no idea where this is going, but watch Meet the Robinsons.
It's always fun to hear from the many colorful personalities of our school. Thank you to those who participated in the interviews. Next time you see a camera in the lunchroom, stop by and say hi.
But as this year comes to a close, we'd like to take a moment to reflect. For most of us, there have been many ups and downs.
In this year in review, we acknowledge the trials and successes of the FHS community during this challenging year. Here's a quick review.
Fairmont Jr. High School. This is your year in review. School started on September 8th. Many students were back in school looking forward to a year of face-to-face education. Some students also chose to remain distance learners. Students returned to classes and looked forward to homecoming, scheduled for the end of September. The increase of COVID cases forced the school into a hybrid schedule before homecoming week with an alternate schedule on Wednesdays. Fall sports pressed on, with teams maintaining their strength and unity despite challenges. Only half of the students were in school each day, but they kept the homecoming spirit going with Rivalry Day, Senior Citizen Day, Class Color Day, Tie-Dye Day, and Red and White Day. Bryant Armitage and Isabel Geiger were crowned king and queen, and the football team won the homecoming game. COVID cases rose again, and the week after homecoming, FHS switched to a full distance learning model. This change in learning model lasted for several weeks. However, students did not lose hope. They continued to take responsibility for their learning with the support of some amazing teachers. Winter activities were also affected by the COVID-related changes, but those involved took the changes in stride. FHS senior Sabrina Seagar made it to state in gymnastics for her 4th year in a row, and both the wrestling and debate teams made it to state as well. In the weeks following winter break, the students were able to return to in-person learning if they chose to do so. Their patience paid off as activities resumed and we remained in this learning model. Events like the blood drive provided students and staff with a chance to give back. The senior showcase put a spotlight on music as the members of orchestra, choir, and band performed live for the first time since March 2020. Spring athletes were thrilled to begin their respective sports, with both Laura Thompson and Ellie Hernes breaking school records in the 2-mile and triple jump. AV Club, a new addition to FHS this year, worked to produce videos and broadcasts like this one. And 12 members of the Fairmont speech team qualified for the state tournament, placing second overall as a team. Students were even lucky enough to have a prom this spring. Thank you to the prom committee and advisors for their hard work on such a beautiful setting for our Grand March. This year would not have been possible without the flexibility and support of the incredible staff members here at FHS, and the students, who adapted to every change with grace and determination. We want to thank you all for your exceptional tenacity during this trying school year. This has been your 2020-2021 Year in Review.
Thank you to everyone who provided videos and photos. While this segment did not include everything that made this year great, we appreciate your participation in all FHS activities.
As our broadcast comes to a close, we want to congratulate the senior class of 2021.
And thank you, teachers, for all your support and wisdom throughout the years. We truly are better people because of you.
We appreciate you joining us for another FHS News broadcast. I'm Josie Blease.
And I'm Will Sorry. Stay tuned for more from the Cardinal Nest.